On Steam, the user DonRob36, he posted a message about Sherman Hill start problem. I'm not sure if I understood the post properly, but the headline is start problem, so I'm taking it for granted that you're having a hard time getting the train moving, and I believe I got the right route fired up in game. And it's Hermosa to Cheyenne. It's showing Hermosa Cheyenne Yard, ethanol. They take over this ethanol train from Hermosa to Cheyenne Yard. 53 minutes, starts at 6:12 a.m. It's currently set to dynamic weather, so I'm going to leave it like that. I don't know how you have the weather set. If this is the route that you are, scenario in the timetable that you are having a problem with, I'm going to see what the route I have. Like I said, there's a lot that I have not done in TSW3 on PC, so I did a lot more on Xbox. And anyway, let's see what's going on here. Okay, Hermosa to Cheyenne Yard. It's an ethanol haul of 107 car consist. Weight is 13,322 tons, and the length is 6,557.6 feet. And it's well, not sure how many locomotives are here, but it's showing that it's an AC 4400 CW UPW. So let's see where we are here. I'm going to go to the 2D map with number 9. So I've got 4 locomotives here pulling and 1 pushing. Okay, I think I tried doing this once on the Xbox and I decided against it because I wanted to do it on PC. So it's a 35 mile to your first stop. Okay, it's sliding backwards, as you can see, because the brakes aren't properly set up. So we got 1, 2, 3, so we got 5 locomotives. Okay, let me get back in here. Let's put the independent brake on to help hold the train. Put the lights on. Brake auxiliary. So we'll come to the computer here. First things first, before we even do that, let me see how everything is set up. So we don't need refrigerator, window heater we don't need. Distributed power is off, that needs to be on. I like my lights, I put the lights on. Fuel pump on, running lights on. Generator fueled on, run engine, control on, yes, okay. How is this one set up? Alright, this is set up as trail. Okay, that's good. This is some of the training manuals you'll run into, and others may say this is not the way to do it, but this is the way I do it, and I've had nothing but success. Numbered lights on. Put the reverser, leave it in neutral. Auto brake is handle off. Independent brake is bailed off. Okay. That's train locomotive number 2. See what we have here. That's off, good. We don't want any alerting systems on. Okay, let's go to locomotive number 3. Okay, control on, fuel pump on, distributed power on, radio on, put the lights on, I put the lights on. Okay. Let's look down here, put that on, engine run on, generator fueled on, control on, okay, okay. Lights we don't need on. How are the air brakes on here? Set, cut out. See, this is 4, so let's try this I don't know if it's going to work because of changes that were made to the game some time ago. So we cut that in, make that lead, cut that in lead as a second lead. Exit that, handle off, brake release, idle, neutral, okay. This may not work, I'm not sure. This used to work this way, but it may not work this way now because of the changes that were made to the game. So, that's off, okay. Everything here that you can turn on should be on, except for the EAD and the signal cab fuse. This should be set to trail. More options. Operator control. Okay, yep. We want that just the way it is. Trail. So go back, put that on. Pump, generator field, and engine run on. I put all my lights on. Okay, put the reverser in and leave it in neutral. Handle off. Release on the independent, good. So, okay, this is all set up. Okay. Let me check the rear locomotive. Okay. Cab signal fuse off. EAD is off. Everything else is on. The ones that are off, you cannot change that. That's just the way it is. Okay, that's set to trail. And we'll put that on. And number lights on, good. Put the reverser in neutral and leave it there. Handle off. Brake release on independent brake, good. Let's get back to the front. Get out of there. All right, so now we need to set the air brakes up here. Cut in lead. Cut in lead. Okay, that's applied. Okay, brake pressure for the lines and the cylinders and the reservoir are all equalizing and pressurizing. Okay, we got to 89 pretty quick. Wow. Okay. So, now I don't know if you're running with the alerter on or off, but if you want to use the alerter, it's Shift and number enter. Okay. Now the alerter is on. You saw the little pop-up. I'll do it again to turn it off. Shift and number enter key. Warning device off. I'm going to put it on. Okay. As you can see, there's a red box on your screen. That's your alerter. And that's if you run with it or not. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Okay. I'm using a rail driver. Put that back into neutral. Banking comes on. Okay, there's the lead locomotive controlling this locomotive, and this being a lead locomotive should be controlling this locomotive. Okay, I'm gonna have to change that. This is not gonna work that way. It's changed. So let's go back to our third locomotive, which I set as the lead. See, you can hear the hair. Yeah, you can hear the air hissing. That's not gonna work. So you have to put that to cut out trail, exit. Okay. That used to work that way at one point. Let's make sure all our locomotives are huffing and puffing together. Okay. Let's go to the rear. You can see the banking comms working. Okay, it's throttling. Let's go back to the front. Now this is locomotive number 3. Okay. We are in unison. So we'll now put this in forward. As you can see here, I'm going to give it Nacho 3. I'm going to build up the amps here and let it hold for a second. And then release the independent brake. Watch your speedometer. Give it to Nacho 4. Give it a little bit of sand. Nacho 5. I'm moving extremely slowly. 0.3 miles an hour. And hopefully it's forward. Okay, what I did there was I backed off the throttle to 0, and to keep the train from rolling back, I put the independent brake to full. Again, gave it throttle. As you can see, it's Nacho 4. Let it build up a little bit more amperage, and then release the independent brake. And here we go. We're now at 7 miles an hour. And let's do the rear camera, and if you notice, there's another train behind us. They're waiting for us to leave the block. We give it a little bit more sand. Again, I'm using a rail driver. Got a free cam. And we're about to hit a tunnel. So let's get back inside. Now, because I didn't activate, I didn't hear this. The train went into emergency stop. Not a good thing. But here's what we do. Put everything into neutral. Reverser, throttle to neutral. Put the put the auto brake to full emergency. Independent brake fully engaged. And wait 1 minute. 1 IRL minute. Now I'm going to turn on some of my HUD elements here because I'm curious to see what kind of a gradient there is here. Control 3. Control 4. Control 4. Control 5. It's a 0.8% upwards gradient. Turn that off. Turn that off. So it's almost a 1.1% upwards gradient. But anyway, this is pretty simple to take care of. I'm just waiting for 1 minute to pass. I mean, it really is not a game minute. It is a real world, in the real world minute. Okay, we should be good. Okay, PCS, as you noticed, the red light went off. PCS is now back off. Put the reverser into forward. You can already hear the locomotive's engine revving up. Going to leave the independent brake on. And we're going to bring this to notch 3. Make sure the banking comms are on. And Oh, we're getting wheel slip. Getting a train this big is a challenge, but it will work if you just give it a little bit of patience. And this is basically what you need to do. Okay, nothing changed there. If you get wheel slip, back off. And use the independent brake to hold. Throttle to build up your amps. I think this would have been better if there was 2 pushers instead of 1. Okay, we're moving again. And the alerter is on. If you do use it, you'll see it'll count up to a certain number and then it'll activate. First it'll give you a visual warning. That's if you're using all the HUD elements. And if you don't acknowledge the visual warning, then you'll have the audible. And after that, you go into emergency stop, like you just saw happen. One mistake I made was I didn't give it to 2 taps of the horn before I took off the very first time. So we give it to Nacho 5, pick up some speed here. You'll notice we're holding our ramps, our brake pipe and brake cylinders and reservoir are all good. And we're still at Nacho 5. "13 miles an hour. Lucky 13. Okay, we're about to exit the tunnel. I'm going to give it a... No, we're doing 45. I thought I turned that off. I'm going to be able to do 45. Wow. Gotta be careful because if you're on a downwards incline, you need to get on that dynamic brake right quick. Oh, there we go. 14, we'll give it to Nacho 5. Actually, we dropped, whoa, Nacho 5, not 6. I want to do it slowly. Okay, that's still counting up. We're speeding, so I'm going to put it into neutral here on the throttle, idle, just to bring down our speed, bring it back to Nacho 2, tail off on the independent brake. I don't want to lose too much speed, or whether you, I should say you, if you're doing this route. So I'm going to leave that HUD element up for now. Okay, there you go. I was playing around with the HUD elements there because for whatever reason it wasn't responding, trying to get them all turned on because I'm still getting my feet wet with the HUDless scenario completion. Anyway, and I saw the red and green light signal, and I'm still learning all of that too, but that's it. There you go. So now I'm going to start slowing down because we are still on a downwards gradient of 0.8%. So, and in order to engage the dynamic brakes, you need to be in the idle position for, I believe it's a minute. And we're picking up speed. put it into setup. Nitro 1 on dynamic. And it's going to take a minute or so for it to kick in. As you can see, everything's turning yellow. I'm going to bring it to increase the dynamic brake. Again, Nitro 4, Nitro 5. I don't want to go over that 40-mile-an-hour mark. And if need be, I'll engage the automatic brake and the independent brake to help slow me down. Now I just saw the sign 45 and 50, so pretty soon the speed limit will increase to 45 and then to 50. But right now we're going upward, so we'll disengage the dynamic brake. You gotta leave it there for about a minute. See how everything turned green? Now we're gonna give it a little bit of throttle, Nitro 3. I had the automatic brake on a little bit, but there we go. Now we're climbing up a 0.7% gradient. And real quick, this is 107 cars, not including the 5 locomotives. So this is actually 102 cars that you are hauling here with 5 locomotives. And you could see what you're going to climb, and then as soon as you hit that peak, you got to get ready to start the dynamic braking. So there you go. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to end the video here because I didn't start the scenario the way I like to start it. But let me get a little outside camera view here. Cut off. There you go. And we're keeping a steady 33 miles an hour. I'm not very smooth with the mouse, but there you go. That's how you get this train going with this many cars and with the 5 locomotives. That's the way I've always done it, and it works for me without fail. The only thing that's changed is you used to be able to, as you can see here, you have 4 locomotives pulling. I always you could make that 3rd locomotive your second lead. Or if this was in the back where you had 3 pulling and 2 pushing, you can make this one a lead in a rear. The alerter went off. But because of the way it's set up here with 4 pulling, you cannot make this a lead locomotive anymore. At one time you were able to. But anyway, there you go. Train is slowing down to 20 some odd miles an hour because of the climb. But I hope this was helpful. I hope this was informative for you. And let me know. Were you able to get some useful information? And wish you the best. I hope you get through the scenario and have fun. With that, say have a good evening, good day, good morning, wherever you are, and take care. Thanks for watching. Köszönöm, hogy itt voltál. Köszönöm, hogy nézted ezt a videót, és segített, szóljál. Take care, and come on back anytime. Bye-bye for now.